Hey folks, YouTube, Patreon, EddiePepitone.com. Go over there if you want more of this podcast because we got more to give you. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, adults, unborn fetuses, anything that is able to observe this podcast, welcome to Apocalypse Soon, the only podcast recorded in nature among the people, among the wilds. And here he is, one of the wild leaders himself. He's looking fluffy, frisky, and ready to rock. It's Eddie Pepitone.
Good evening, good night, good morning. I am an example of the resiliency of the human spirit, as is Kevin Tinkin. Welcome to Apocalypse Soon. We are in a beautiful shaded area of the park in North Hollywood, and my God, we see a couple of dogs. One dog I've been watching over here, Kev.
Yes.
This German, and by the way, folks, sorry you can't see this, but, you know, what can we do? I see this dog just waiting for a squirrel.
Yes.
Who is precariously on a branch to fall. Like he's just waiting for that motherfucking squirrel to fall. And to me, it's a metaphor for life. As I watch it, I feel like I am on the branch.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I am the squirrel, and life is the dog. Or the world is the dog, and the life is waiting for me to finally fall. And that's why I open this with I have resiliency of the spirit, because by all accounts, I should not be in good spirits today.
Oh, yeah. A lot of branches have cracked beneath your feet, metaphorically speaking. A lot of dogs nipping at your heel.
Yes.
And you are a picture of resiliency.
Unbelievable.
As an example to the universe of how to deal with the yipping dog of life.
The dog waiting for you to come into its maw.
Yeah.
M-A-W. By the way, no one uses the word maw. I don't know what that is, right?
That's
M-A-W.
why people come here.
To our podcast?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
All right. Well, we have a new sponsor, and it's Quick Mix. It's called Quick Mix, and it's pancakes that'll kill your fucking mother. They said. I don't know. I don't think that's a good slogan.
No.
Hey, we're pancakes that'll kill your fucking mother. First of all, I don't know why they have to curse. Anyway,
they're a very edgy pancake company, you know. Sometimes when guys think when they get intimidated, they're self-conscious, you know, and they want to be cool, they'll just start cursing, you know, and pancake companies are no different.
You don't curse that much on stage, do you?
No.
Do you curse at all?
No, I do. I definitely do.
Okay.
I have.
I'm
some
ridiculous.
moments.
I curse too much, I think.
I remember when we were recording the previews for your special, and Fine Arts keeps going, I'm going, God, I'm loving this. God, I'm loving this. He goes, man, this is good. He keeps telling everyone to suck his dick a lot. And I was like, yeah, I guess he has been saying suck my dick a lot. And he's like, I don't know if it's going to be a problem for his image. And I go, I think he'll be okay.
Oh, my God. So tell us about, give us the update on Kev Tinkin.
Well, yesterday was a wild adventure. Let me tell you what happened. So on Tuesday, I got asked to do a Don't Tell on Saturday.
Okay, Don't Tell is the comedy, for people who don't know, the comedy pop-up shows.
Yes, and there's tons of them all over town. It's a great place to be in with because they got a lot of shows.
Yeah.
And so I said, yes, I'll be there. No problem.
Right.
And then I look at my calendar, you know, a few hours later, I realize not only am I supposed to do a cold open in the belly room at 6:55.
And what time was the Don't Tell show?
8
Which was
o'clock.
an hour and a half away, you told me.
Hour and a half away. It was at 8 o'clock. And
oh, that sucks.
And
What'd you do?
I told a friend I would headline in San Luis Obispo at 8 o'clock that same night too. So I'm literally going through.
No
and I'm
way.
like, yes. So
San Luis Obispo's a ways away, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
How far is that?
That's like 2 hours. Yeah. So
Jesus.
I'm
Christ.
like,
I'm getting anxious listening.
So I'm like trying. Oh, you're gonna love this. And I'm scheduled to work on Saturday too. So
all right. You had a lot of balls in the air.
I had to find coverage for work, which thank God for the manager over there. He just took care of me.
At the store?
Yeah. He just was like, we'll take care of it. I was able to do my cold
Which
open.
manager?
Joe Joe. He used to be a EMT guy. He worked in emergency rooms forever. He's
Do I know him?
You know him. You definitely know him. Bigger guy with kind of gray, longer hair. Gray. He's got a little bit of gray in his hair. Dark hair, but great guy. You definitely know him. You'd recognize him. But he hooked it up, so I was able to do the cold open, and then I drove over to Ontario, and I did the Don't Tell show, and I canceled the San Luis show. But it all worked
you
out.
had to cancel the San Luis. I think you got the priorities right.
Yes.
Because you want to get in with Don't Tell and do future shows. Did you have a good set at Don't Tell?
I had a fantastic set. And I was
good.
telling you, too, because, like...
In a pottery...
Yeah.
And that's another thing about these pop-up shows with Don't... You could go to don'ttellcomedy.com, right? But these pop-up shows, they take place in all kinds of different venues. Like I did one over here last week in a bookstore.
Yeah.
That was nice. I've done in lingerie shops, and I don't mean...
Ooh.
And look, I don't mean to say, oh, Eddie does comedy around very slinky underwear. But I do. I do comedy around slinky underwear.
Yes, yeah, and you really thrive in those environments, too, I've noticed.
I really do. I think the slinkier the underwear is, the more my jokes land. Like, you know, the more seductive the lingerie is, the more impactful is my comedy, you know?
We gotta hook up with Victoria's Secret, you know, and
Hello, are you looking for some underwear that'll grab your balls in a sexy way? This is underwear for the Victoria's Secret for blue collar dudes. Are you looking for underwear that'll grab your balls nice and tight and make people want to fuck your brains out? Well, Victoria's Secret has working man underwears, and also I know that most working men don't wear nighties, but Victoria's Secret has a nice working man nightie.
just because you work with your hands doesn't mean you can't look beautiful in the evening time.
Just because you're covered in shit during the day doesn't mean you can't.
Come on down to Vic's Secrets. My sister's been getting a lot of credit for these secrets, but they're actually my secrets.
They're my secrets. Also, the Victoria's Secret, we're right in the stabbing world zone where all the gun shops, stabbing world, strangulation emporium. We're all around there. Yeah, the guy is burping during his commercial.
We had to move a couple of times, but we are now in the shopping area. Our front-facing merchandise is right in front of the bloodiest area in the whole shopping mall.
So come where the gunplay is.
Come to the gunplay. Come to the guy with knives for hands.
And these underwears, I'm wearing them now, and I feel very sexy. And I have noticed that my sex life has picked up ever since I started wearing the Victoria's Secret thong. There's thongs for the working man.
You ever been in your overalls and one of your buddy goes, "Hey, Mikey, I can see your underwear lines." "Oh, no thanks. Embarrassing." Get yourself one of Vic's Secret thongs.
I tell you, these things they're better. You know, if you're a miner, if you're in coal or bituminous coal, you gotta wear these things.
You're gonna love them. The freedom emotion.
Freedom. And also, you're gonna find that the guys are gonna be coming onto you more. "Hey, Al, can you pass the rotary drill? And by the way, will you fuck me?" You know, you'll get stuff like that. But anyway, come on down.
Come on down.
Victoria's Secret in the Murder Emporium. You just look for the stabbing world, gun world, strangulation emporium, all that shit. I'm Bill Vickers, and I recommend Victoria's Secret. Sure, I have acid reflux, but this underwear, it's good.
Sure, I have acid reflux. Dude, what if they had, you know how the Victoria's Secret does those runway shows where like popular musicians sing and stuff?
Oh, really? No, I haven't.
Oh, it's crazy because they're in their lingerie walking back and forth, and there's a singer singing like a popular song. So in my mind, I was like, wouldn't that be great if you were doing a stand-up set? And there's just Victoria's Secret models walking back and forth.
Yeah.
It'd be beautiful. This is a world I want to live in.
Oh, God. All right. Did we finish your Don't Tell story? I don't. Oh, no.
did.
Yeah, you did. You kind of you buttoned it.
I buttoned it
by
up.
saying you canceled San Luis. I guess you weren't offered a lot of money then in San Luis Obispo.
Well, for me, it's more about future money.
That's true. That's good for you then.
Yeah, but the thing that really grinds my gears about this whole thing is I wasn't booked for anything for 7 days before. And then I had...
What do you mean?
I didn't have any bookings for
no
7
shows?
days. No shows.
For 7 days?
Well,
I can't imagine that.
I had the...
you must have gone nuts.
Well, I did the potlucks. I did 2 sets on potluck. So that, I mean, those are something. But as far as...
How are they?
They're pretty good.
I mean, are they the potluck shows?
They're not.
Is
bad.
Anybody there watching the comics?
Yes,
there
absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
The booker's been there, Rose. She watches all the time, so it's.
Oh, okay.
It's very encouraging. But yeah, but the fact that I wasn't booked for a long time and then I got all these bookings on one day, it's just like that's the way.
That's
it goes.
how it happens, right?
Yeah.
Also, acting gigs. I go months without an acting gig, and then I'll leave town and I'll have an email saying from my agent, Eddie, where are you?
Oh, shit.
Hold on, we got some fire engines here.
You're like, I'm confirmed for this Pop-Tarts commercial date, and but now Spielberg won't get out of my ear.
Oh, man. I always rail against idiots who do commercials, celebrities who don't need the money.
Yeah.
The cocksucker. I see Morgan Freeman now doing some commercial constantly. Morgan Freeman, who's I think he's having relations with did you hear about that? Like is someone way younger than him, and it's like almost a relative. It's just not a good look.
Wow.
For one, Morgan Freeman, he was the shit back then, remember?
Oh, yeah. I mean, he's always been
so sad when you see the big stars doing commercials. But what I want to say is that I almost had a really lucrative commercial that would only play in Australia about potato chips. And they said that my voice, they really teased me. And that was when I had no money. My father was still alive.
Yeah.
I tried killing him. I pushed him down steps. No,
You never sit idly by.
I need to have action. If you don't have any money and your parents, you check out your parents' bank account and you're like, well, if he dies, I will have some money. So sometimes I'd give him a nudge down the steps, just a nudge, down the steps, and he'd be like, what the fuck are you doing? I almost fell. And I'm like, oh, sorry.
And then the Australians are calling you going, your voice.
They said it sounded too much like Don Rickles.
What?
I don't know. They were like, we're worried about some kind of Don Rickles shit.
What
I was like,
in the world?
They fucked me, and they, and that's why my agent now, he won't tell me if like they're thinking of me on a gig because it's too hurtful.
Oh yeah.
When you don't get it, like Eddie, they want you to put a pin in October 7th, and I'm like, I don't know what a pin means, I say. Put a pin in your calendar. It means put it aside. And I'm like, why? Do they want me? And he goes, they might. And I'm going, you're telling me that I'm not going to book something because I'll be on hold for them, those pieces of shit?
Hey, Eddie, see that beautiful woman over there?
Yeah.
I think she wants to have sex with you.
Okay.
Maybe. Just so get ready.
Yeah, that's what it's...
Oh, no, she's walking away. Never mind. Sorry.
Anyway, yeah, so I don't know how we were getting on that.
I got placed on hold for a Super Bowl commercial like 2 years ago. And
that would have been money, huh?
Yeah, that would have been nice. But no go. No go.
Kev, they decided to go in another direction. They're going with a combination of Eliza Schlesinger and Whitney Cummings. They're both millionaires, but they'd rather give. Boy, it really is true, man, that the rich get richer, and
absolutely.
And not only that, but it's never enough for them. It's never enough, which is why we have billionaires, like psychotic billionaires. I was told by someone yesterday that there's a tech billionaire who is taking his son's blood. Have you heard about this?
No.
To try to get younger. He's an anti-aging guy, and I don't know what he's doing with his son's blood, but the person who told me is like, he doesn't look good. He's a tech billionaire. These tech billionaires, they want to live forever because they have so much fucking money and power that they're like, I don't want to leave this planet, whereas I can't wait for this shit to end. Just this is a pain in the ass to me.
Yeah. Somebody press the reset button already. I mean, what the hell? No, it wouldn't be too bad to just get a, start over, a new body.
Do you want to get off the planet? You want to get off the planet because your lab was shit? Have you ever experienced that? Well, Nabisco has. And we have a cookie. Get me the fuck out of here. Shortbread, our scouts, prisoners. You know what's funny is the Charles Nabisco stuff. Only a couple of people in the emails have mentioned it. Doesn't get a lot of email play.
Yeah, I know it's
I don't know if people. Do you like the Nabisco, Charles Nabisco? Do you like when I do that stuff, folks? Tell me, because I'm going for a cardiogram soon, and I need a reason to live.
Yeah, he just quit weed, so it's like
5 days sober, folks.
Oh, it's beautiful to hear. Beautiful to hear. Yeah, I got to cut back on everything again.
What's everything? Well, weed. I know that.
Weed and drinking,
Drinking? But I thought you couldn't drink.
Well, I've been drinking a little bit since I got the new meds. I've been testing it out, seeing how wild I can get.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. I mean, not like crazy, but I'll have.
When did you get the new? How long have you had the new meds? The meds for what? Depression?
The gout.
The gout.
Yeah. So that's why I wasn't drinking.
Right.
Because the gout.
You have gout? You want to drink? Nabisco does. I drink. I don't care. I just don't go to the doctor. I'm Charles Nabisco, and my feet are hurting. I'm sure I have some kind of gout, but I ain't going to no doctor. That's why we make a shortbread cookie called Gout. Who gives a fuck? Our scouts are prisoners. Don't film them on the ring belt.
Look for the
Look for the swollen feet.
Yeah, look for the swollen feet and the stubborn man on the box. Summer's here, and Chubby's has their biggest sale of the year going on right now. Get shorts and swim trunks for just $45 and up to 65% off select gear. Their original stretch shorts are awesome. They're available in 3 different lengths, and they all have a relaxed fit and an elastic waistband, so you can shotgun a beer or 5 without worry. Pair them with Chubby's performance polos, and you're set for any summer occasion. I like the Chubby's. They're comfy, they're handsome, they're practical. My wife chases me around the house when I put them on. When it's time to relax by the pool, Chubby's Classic Line swim trunks took everything annoying out of old school swimsuits, like that stretchy mesh liner, and made it much better and way more comfortable. So don't wait. For a limited time, shop Chubby's biggest sale of the year for $45 shorts and up to 65% off select gear. Hit up chubbyshorts.com and grab your favorites before they're gone. Don't wait. For a very limited time, shop Chubby's biggest sale of the year for $45 shorts and up to 65% off select gear. Hit up chubbyshorts.com and grab your favorites before they're gone. Missed the sale? Don't sweat it. Use our code EDDIE for 20% off and support the show. Let them know that we sent you and get ready to turn some heads. Summer's here. Dress like it in Chubby's. The amount of men that I know that are in pain that don't go to the doctor is astronomical to me.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm one of them sometimes, but...
Yeah, you can do that when you're younger. Well, you shouldn't anyway, but especially if you have something serious. But, I mean, I used to unclog my arteries with those pipe cleaners, long pipe cleaners.
Really?
Yeah.
As effective?
I don't know, but I mean, I didn't have health coverage back then. That's why people can't afford to go to the doctor, right?
Yeah.
So I used to, when I didn't have health coverage, I used to clean my arteries out with the long pipe cleaner. You know, you ever see the sword swallowers? Well, I would do it with pipe cleaners until like I felt the artery. I saw a YouTube video how to clean out your arteries. There was a guy in Missouri who lived in his basement. He was psychotic, but he knew how to clean out.
He was a do-it-yourselfer.
He's a do-it-yourselfer.
He's a go-getter too. Yeah, no. Yeah, you got to be careful with those things. I saw a video of them removing varicose veins by like putting a little like pumping something into the veins, and then they just disappeared. And I was like, "Holy shit!"
Varicose veins are veins that are big.
They're just like the kind of
ugly.
Yeah, like the purple ones that kind of stick out or whatever that you can see.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I know I'm gonna be varicosing when the longer I live, because my dad.
Is anybody out there got the big purple veins? Varicose Nabisco does. We got a cookie. It's purple frosting. It's called varicose shortbread, and we'd like you to have it. We got our scouts. Well, they're not scouts.
Look for the 80-year-old woman exposing her bottom leg.
Oh my God!
You want to do any bits for this episode?
Yeah, sure.
I mean, I think.
Yeah, we didn't do any last time, so
yeah, let's.
You call it. I'll let you call the bit.
Well, I think we should do. I think we should ease in. With a classic. Maybe a guided.
Sure.
And then maybe do a praying for celebrities after that.
Okay.
Because I've really been enjoying those.
Okay. You know what people really like? They love Charlotte telling, saying what I do in private.
Let's do that one instead. That's a good one. I like that.
Instead of guided?
Or let's do guided, and then we'll do a Charlotte one.
Okay, let's go.
I really like the Charlotte one, too. So.
Let's go.
And now, as the world crumbles, ignore. Take a deep breath and enjoy another guided meditation with Eddie Pepitone.
All right, everybody. We're now a few months into the new Trump administration, and everybody knows that there isn't much time left. So put on your loose-fitting clothing and come on a decompression ride. Here we go, everybody. Take a nice, healthy in-breath, and with that first breath, I want you to feel that your rib cage is being massaged. Your rib cage is being massaged with your breath. Imagine your breath being the color blue, which most likely it is with all the pollutants in the air. We don't even know, especially if you live in California already. I've had a couple of fire watches on my iPhone, not a fire watch as something you would wear, but a fire watch. And I just want you to imagine your breath is blue, the color of life. It's the color of life in distress. That's how I see the color blue, life in distress. And picture yourself in a very small vehicle, and you're caught between two trucks. One on the left side of you, a very large truck, a Walmart truck, and it's delivering all kinds of things from China, all kinds of products from China. And even though the tariff war is going on, China does all of our manufacturing. And so there's a truck on the left of you that keeps bumping your little car. And then there's a truck on the right of you from Home Depot. They're very large trucks. They're huge trucks. And with that first in-breath, your breath is kind of snaking between those two trunks. You can even imagine it as a vaginary canal, that you're going into the vaginal canal and you're getting through. You're finally in. You're finally home. You're finally home. And that's your first in-breath. I know it's a little sexual, that you're imagining that you're into the vaginal canal. And for ladies, you can imagine, if you want, someone furiously attacking the clit with blue breath. I don't know what I'm saying at this point, but what I'm trying to do is give you a lovely image, because here at our meditation studio, we don't push aside the fact that life is a disaster for most people. Most people go from crisis to crisis. They're like, holy shit, the pipes just burst and I have no money. And then something happens to the car, and then they notice a boil on their neck. And I'll tell you, if you've ever had a boil, a lot of people don't have boils. I want you to get that. A lot of people have boils. I want you to, with your out-breath, breathe out all the boils you've had. Breathe out all the bunions you've had. All the old-timey things. Bunions, boils, pustule nodules. Just breathe out all the horrific things that can happen to your body. Let them all just leave you. Your blue breath. Your blue breath is sort of like blue balls. Blue balls, which are balls that need to release, yet the person you're with just gets you to the edge. They call it edging on the porn sites, like where they take you to the edge and then they're like, oh, I forgot about a dental appointment, and you're left with an anyway, with your first out breath. I'm sorry, a lot of my life is getting into these guided meditations lately, but I want you to know I've just gotten a job cutting down pine trees in a preschool parking lot, and I'll probably be doing better soon. I had put in so many, everybody puts in so many resumes these days, but there's so many people out of work. Just people that Trump has fired from the Parks Department, from the Education Department. Oh, that squirrel almost fell. Anyway, folks, I want you to breathe out all of that stuff, and then with your next and final in-breath, I want you to take a small, extremely small amount of arsenic. Take a small and put it in a nice lemonade. Hopefully, I always have a lemonade when I'm doing meditation. I like to have things around me that connote happiness. Lemonade, ice cream. I have an ice cream maker here in the meditation studio. We make a lot of Bananas Foster ice cream for all the meditators here. A lot of meditators, they are thin. A lot of meditators don't admit that they have a hankering for Bananas Foster ice cream. Non-dairy, of course. We're a meditation studio, and we're not going to give you. Anyway, with your final in-breath, I want you to breathe out that blue breath. Think of the Bananas Foster. Think of fostering a dog. Think of Foster Brooks, the famous comedian who played drunks. Think of fostering good health. Now I know this guided meditation has been a little off, but with your first out breath, I want you to realize, your final out breath. I want you to stick your hand in your toilet. Are you near a toilet? Stick your hand in a toilet and reach it really reach down as far as you can go without getting your hand stuck in the toilet. See if you can feel something that is soft and gooey and something that you produced. And because a lot of people say they don't produce anything and they get depressed about it. Well, think of your anyway. That's it. That's it.
Thanks for joining us on another guided meditation with Eddie Pepitone.
I feel like that one was a little off the rails, and well, I feel like it didn't have a realness to it that.
I can already tell because I can tell you're 9 days off of weed or whatever. Because if you thought that one was off 5, I mean, if you thought that was off the rails, you got to go back. You got to go back and listen to some of these guidance that we've done.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. There's been a couple of them where, like, I'm going through and I'm just dying laughing from switching to back and forth to the different bits, like the freedom of thought episodes.
Yeah.
Some of the...
Yeah.
I love it. All
right, should we go to another bit?
Yeah, let's do Charlotte.
Okay, you intro it.
Uh-huh. Hey, everybody, come over here. Charlotte's about to spill the beans about Eddie Pepitone.
How you doing, everybody? Here's the latest on Eddie. He picks his nose a lot. He picks his nose and he wipes it on furniture. And now I'm a guy, I shit in the office. But I find Eddie picking his nose and wiping it on furniture to be disgusting, even though I shit in the office. Like, I don't like the fact that he'll buy a new lamp called the Lofty lamp, which is this gradient lamp, and anyway, it's a lamp that's very nice. And if he's congested, he will pick his nose, and if there's not a tissue near him, he will wipe it on the lamp, and it's starting to build up on the Lofty lamp. And instead of cleaning the Lofty lamp or, having a tissue, he'll just order another Lofty lamp instead of cleaning it. And I'm like, why don't you just clean the lamp or use a tissue? But anyway, and then recently I noticed him watching a lot of documentaries. Yesterday, he was watching a documentary on the greatest night in pop, which is about the We Are the World thing, and he just started jerking off. He's always on the couch. He's always alone. And he's my master, and I love him. So, who am I? I mean, he's my master, and he masturbates, so I think that's what a master does. I don't know. I'm not human, I don't know what you guys do, they snip our nuts off early. They snip our nuts off, they neuter us, or spay us, whatever it is, spay, neuter, I forget. I think I'm a female, so they spay me, and the neutering is the men. But anyway, he jerks off like a maniac, and he's, I'm trying to watch the documentary, and it's very hard when you're seeing this very small penis go up and down. Anyway, then another thing that's going on is that today he got some new coffee, and he put too much coffee in this filter, and the filter wouldn't drain, and it was really expensive coffee. And this is the first thing in the morning when he gets up, and I watch this shit. Now, I just want a treat. When I get up, I'm like, come on, give me a treat. I'm in the kitchen. I'm like, come on, give me a treat. And he put too much coffee in this filter, and the filter's not working. And he needs his coffee, He's irritable even with coffee, but without coffee, it's just sad. That's what it is. That's what I want to say. My master is sad without coffee. Another thing he does is he pretends to read. I noticed that he pretends to read in coffee shops. When he takes me to an outdoor coffee shop with him, he's pretending to read to impress other people, because I notice he never turns the fucking page, you know? He's reading a book now called How to Get an Erection because he had prostate cancer. And that's another thing about watching him masturbate. It's horrible because it's not erect anymore. Because in the past, it would be done. You know, he would start and then it'd be over. Now it's just, it's plain old sad again. Plain old sad. He's pulling on that goddamn thing. Anyway, this is Charlotte, and until next time, join me on Charlotte Spills the Tea on Eddie.
Thanks for joining us on another Charlotte Spills the Tea about Eddie Pepitone.
Man, she really...
She goes in.
She goes in. It's a little frightening. You want to do driving in the rain? Or?
Yeah, let's do it. And now, when one job won't do, it's time for the noir of driving in the rain with Eddie Pepitone.
It was overcast in Los Angeles. Sometimes I think the rain here are just actors' tears, comedians' tears from not getting auditions or spots, or having too many spots, like one in San Luis Obispo, one at Don't Tell, and trying to juggle that. But sometimes I think the rain here in Los Angeles are the tears of all the people who are trying to get into show business and they cannot. And that is such... By the way, I just want to tell everybody that Nabisco can suck my cock. I just delivered an Uber Eats anyway to Charles Nabisco. And it was a very... Boy, it's a very busy airplane day. Anyway, the rain started hitting the street. The rain was hitting the street the way protesters hit the street after George Floyd was killed by a racist cop in Minneapolis. That's how hard the rain was hitting the street, the way protesters hit the street. The rain came down and I was in my Lyft / Uber / Uber Eats / DoorDash / Instacart, even though I don't know if people are using Instacart anymore. I worked briefly for the supermarket Ralph's here, delivering things for Ralph's, but that was a dead end. I only made about $30 a day working 8 hours, and I kept playing Russian roulette by a fountain because I would work 8 hours in my car driving through rain and only make $30, and I decided to get a gun from Gun World, which was right next to Stabbing World and Strangulation World. And have you ever been to the Murder Emporium anyway? The rain battered my car the way certain domestic disturbances happen. Batterings happening also. Have you ever battered fish? Oh my God. If you haven't had a battered shrimp, please do. Anyway, I play Russian roulette by a fountain, spinning the chamber of a Glock, if a Glock has a chamber. I don't know. I know a 44 has a chamber, I think. I've never owned a gun, but I'll tell you, sometimes when anyway, I'm getting away from today's driving in the rain. The rain came down like so many squirrels falling from trees into the maw of doggies. Squirrels just falling into a German shepherd's mouth. Oh, the horror and the beauty. The beauty for the shepherd, the horror for the squirrel. But such is the circle of life. So I know, folks, we should have more guests on the podcast. I know that when you have a guest, you can
fill up an hour pretty quickly instead of meandering to stream of consciousness bits that make no sense, waiting to hit the 45-minute mark and then wondering why you only have 3,200 subscribers on YouTube. But this is my path and Kevin Tinkin's path, and everybody has a different path. And I promise you there will be more guests on this podcast. But for now, I had to deliver a fettuccine Alfredo to someone at the Beverly Hilton who had arachnophobia, a fear of spiders. And I don't know if you know about the Beverly Hilton, but there was a spider outbreak recently at the Beverly Hilton. And I had to deliver a fettuccine Alfredo to someone who was so frightened in their room, and the rain was coming down like corgis. You know the corgi breed? Like corgis. I mean, the rain was so thick and heavy this day, and unfortunately my windshield wipers, I hadn't gotten fixed, and I could only see partially out the window, and I had to get this fettuccine Alfredo to the arachnophobe in the Beverly Hilton. I had to. And Alfredo, I don't know if you know about fettuccine Alfredo, but not only does it clog your arteries where no pipe cleaner will clean it, but fettuccine Alfredo, it congeals if you don't eat it hot. It congeals, and I had to get it to the arachnophobe. He hadn't eaten in days, and the spiders were coming in on him. And I said to him, "Are you sure it's spiders? Or is it the DTs? Are you withdrawing from alcohol, sir? Or heroin?" Because I saw train spotting. Matter of fact, Uber makes you watch train spotting before granting you an Uber license. Because so many Uber drivers wind up doing heroin, shooting heroin into their penises or their feet, depending on gender. Don't ask me about that. Anyway, the rain, it just was slashing down like Jason. Jason from Friday the 13th. By the way, nothing bad has ever happened to me on Friday the 13th. Except being born. The rain pummeled my car. The fettuccine Alfredo was at the verge of being congealed, and I couldn't see because the wipers, and I had meant to get the wipers fixed, but I started masturbating during the Greatest Night in Pop. And I started to bleed. I had masturbated my cock raw. We interrupt this program. We interrupt this driving in the rain to bring you a news flash. Today in New York, people are not willing to take shit anymore. Watch the movie network. Open your window and yell, "I'm mad as hell and I'm not going to take it anymore." Peter Finch was in that movie. Also, breaking news. This driving in the rain has been canceled. You know where this is going. The fettuccine will be congealed. The arachnophobic will die. You know where this is going. Nowhere good. Nowhere good. You should get your... By the way, this is a warning to people who have bad windshield wipers. Get those motherfuckers fixed.
Ow! What's going on with this driving in the rain?
Margaret, Pepitone seems to be a little tired today. Whenever he's tired, he goes to the sexual bullshit, He's gone to a lot of potty humor in this episode, and quite frankly, I'm sure he's going to do something with us where, he says he has you unzipping he has me unzipping your dress. I know, Al. Al, will you unzip my dress and fuck me from behind? You see what I mean? He's tired. He's tired. That's not the real you, Margret. The real you is someone who is nice and sweet, and you make me eggs. I love eggs, by the way. I know you do, but I want one in the rear end. Look, it's not that you want one in the rear end. It's that Eddie, he came to do this podcast. He has a little coffee in him, and he doesn't care anymore. You heard what Charlotte says. You see what he does to lamps? Do you hear what he does to lamps? He wipes his boogers on him, Margret. Oh, come on. You used to wipe your nose on the wall. That's because the wall was the nearest thing to me. What are you talking about, Al? You know what I'm talking about. By the way, there's a guy walking toward us in the park who should be wearing a shirt. He looks awful. He's got this huge gut, and he's with a pretty woman. I don't get it. Anyway, Al, will you stay in the bit? Margret, I love you so much. Well, then put it into my poop chute. Margret, stop it. That isn't you. All right. I'll make you some eggs. That's my baby.
Yeah, you want to get in the poop chute and your spouse just keeps getting you more eggs? Well, we do.
You ever wake up with a hankering to have something put in your poop chute, and the only thing your partner does is make you eggs Nabisco does, called poop chute egg cookie. And look, I know that I'm drunk all the time. I'm Charles Nabisco, but I got a lot of money. And when you have a lot of money, you can get drunk all the time. Anyway, buy our new cookie, poop chute eggs.
Look for the unsatisfied man eating eggs on the box.
Mama! Yes, son? Mama, can you get the cookies where the guy has poop chute eggs? No, honey, you can't have those cookies until you're older. What do you mean, Mommy? Cookies are good. Not the poop chute and egg cookie. Mommy. Yes.
All right, let's do a praying for celebrity.
Oh, well, we're actually.
Are we good?
We got it. We could do it. We could definitely do a praying. We're around 46 right now.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
We'll end it with the praying for celebrities.
All right, let's do it. And now, another episode of your favorite kiddo. It's Praying for Celebrities.
Oh, Dad, I'm sleepy.
Oh, I know you are, son. I'm so proud of you. You did all your chores today, and you deserve a long night's sleep.
My chores are what you make me do, Dad, which is making sure the locks are secure so I can't leave this house.
That's right, son. I want to make sure you know that we need to be in a safe environment. I need to know what's going on.
And again, why is Ass Master written on the side of our house?
Well, it's a long story. It started out with a nickname I got from your mother, and then, of course, it's my punk band.
Do you like eggs?
They're not. I do like. They're not my favorite thing.
Oh, Dad, a lot of celebrities are in trouble, and I better pray for them.
Better. All right.
Before I fall asleep, right?
That's right. Okay, let's bow our heads, close our eyes, and dear Lord.
Dear Lord, please listen to me, little Timmy Robinson. I'm little Timmy Robinson, and I just want you to help different celebrities. I know Princess Diana is dead, but may you look over her corpse. I mean, please, I think a lot of people forget about people when they're dead. And then the celebrities that are alive, God, please look after all these influencers that have gotten very big, doing stuff like imitations of people who live underground. Now, I'm just making that up, God, but, there are some influencers like the Hawk Tui girl. Please, I pray for the Hawk Tui girl, God. I pray for her because she had a bad falling out with some kind of crypto thing. And And you know the one I really want to pray for today is Pete Hesketh, the guy that Trump appointed the head of, the military. I don't know what defense department, and he let everybody in on the group chat with when they're gonna bomb things. Please look after Pete Hesketh, even though he's got Nazi tattoos all over his body. I think they're Nazi and he's just a dipshit. He's a Christian event. Please, God, please. This is the bottom line, God. Please look over the people who are worth more than 500 million. That's what I really want to say to you, God. Please, I know Trump is getting a big tax cut to the people who don't need it. But you know what? They do need it because these people are deficient.
That's right.
The billionaires are deficient personally. They make up for their deficiencies by accumulating money, God. And they have no self-esteem, God. And that's why they tried it. So please look after all the tech billionaires, Zuckerberg and Bezos and Musk and all those guys, because they're actually just nerdy guys with tons of money, God. And there's some guy doing a blood transfusion thing with his son. I think his name is Thomas. His last name is Thomas, Brian Thomas. God. Thanks, God. Did I do good, Dad?
You did great. Now let's just close it out with an amen, all right, son?
Amen.
Thanks for joining us on another Praying for Celebrities.
Oh, all right.
That's pretty good.
Woo! We did a lot of bits today.
We did. As a solid episode. We gave it all. You really gave it your all in this one, and it felt right.
I'm drained.
Oh, I can feel it. Guys. Well, hey, if you want more of this podcast, if you want to continue draining the man, the myth, the legend of Eddie Pepitone, then go over to Patreon, where you can give us $5 or $20 a month, and that'll get you this podcast, the video version, the day that it comes out, not just a week later like everybody else. And you also get some exclusive stand-up content from the man himself. And then go over to EddiePepitone.com if you want to see him live in your neighborhood. He's got dates coming out there. You'll be heading out on the road here pretty soon.
Denver.
So, yeah, check those out.
Yeah, baby. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for listening to Apocalypse Soon, the podcast. And if you listen to this one, you know this next statement is true. The podcast with no upside.